So I want to put in a good word for my lawyer. I just posted a video a couple minutes ago. I mentioned the lawyer's name that I fired, and he keeps telling me how vindictive she is and that I probably shouldn't put her name in there. So I'm going to do another video, take her name out of it. Most worthless lawyer along the Front Range, but I guess we won't get into names. I don't care if she comes after me or not, to be honest with you, but everything's documented. I mean, if my brain wouldn't have been bleeding and I wasn't hurting so bad, I'd have had her job, but I wasn't functioning very good. So anyhow, if you're looking for a good personal injury lawyer, I got hit by a drunk in 2013 there and made the mistake of hiring one of these TV lawyers. They're running commercials every goddamn hour on TV. Figured I'd go that route. There was a bunch of stuff going on. My daughter had some issues, and me and the ex filed for divorce that same afternoon, and then the drunk hit me the next morning going into work. So it was a bad 24 hours in general. But the first lawyer was just worthless. I mean, I found a shop up in another town, when I split up, and I actually got lucky and found a shop that had a kitchen and a shower in it, and it even had a washer and dryer, so that worked out really good for the time being. But the first lawyer was just worthless. She wouldn't even return a phone call. I was literally puking 5-6 days a week. I was puking by lunch because the headaches were so bad. I'd just end up puking, and then I end up trying to sleep it off for the afternoon and get up the next day and do it again. But I finally got tired of this one lawyer not doing her job. I mean, literally 4 months would go by without a return phone call or anything. So I went ahead and fired her, and these lawyers kind of monitor that stuff online somehow. And literally within a couple minutes of getting rid of her, the phone rang, and it was the lawyer I ended up with that handled my case, and that's Brad Irwin is his name. Irwin, Carmichael, and Fraley. They're down in South Denver. Phone number is 303-999-9000, 999-9000. I got a buddy here runs the train yard where I do all the work. His kid was just killed in a motorcycle accident a couple days ago. So then I got an aunt here in town. Her husband got took down by a car on a motorcycle, and it didn't kill him, but he ended up in a nursing home. Basically just went downhill real quick, head injury, brain injury type stuff, kind of where I was. So I was just helping them out and pointing them towards Brad down here, and get a lawyer. Like my aunt, she said the few lawyers she called wouldn't even talk to her. She said they just weren't interested. One lawyer sounded interested, talked to her for about 15-20 minutes, and then called her back and said, no, we don't handle those kind of cases. So, but anyhow, told Brad kind of what was going on. He was like, hell yeah, tell her to give me a call. So I got her hooked up, and I left a message with my buddy at the train yard there in case he's in need there to get a hold of Brad too. So, but anyhow, that was a disaster for me. I was literally sitting on the edge of my couch, my head, my hands crying when I fired Diane. The headaches were just massive. I was just spent the last week telling myself I'd rather be dead than living with the headaches. So I remember discharging a bunch of nasty old surgical looking dried up blood out my nose. I mean, where's that dried up blood going to go when your brain's bleeding? And I remember saying that to the first lawyer, and she was like, oh, you had a bloody nose. I was 50 at the time, and I'm telling her, yeah, I'm 50 years old, lady, and I don't know what a bloody nose is. I just rightly don't know. She was so stupid. Man, she was stupid. She has no business being in charge of other people's medical issues. But luckily, Brad made that call and reached out to me, and, what a great guy he ended up being. I kind of told him my situation, and he asked if I could meet him down at his office the next morning, and I made the comment, the other guy got a ticket for sure for DUI. He was like, we won't have a problem with this case, really. So made the comment, I'd have to clean up the other lawyer's mess, and it'd take a little while to do that. But he actually listened and got me an MRI, and that's when I found out my brain was still bleeding. It's 17 months after the drunk hit me, I finally got an MRI, and, the specialist lady, she's pulling it like she didn't even get that copy of it halfway out of the envelope. She was like, oh my God, your brain's still bleeding. How long's it been since he hit you? 17 months. Oh my God. can't believe your brain's still bleeding. I was like, no, I can't believe it either, but probably explains why I'm puking every day by lunch and not getting a whole lot of nothing done outside of that. So, but luckily I ran into Brad and he made that happen for me and got me the MRI. And then the other lawyer and the other insurance company involved, they were trying to get me to settle for $9,000, you know, and I'm literally in tears and puking every day about lunch. And I'm thinking, $9,000, what the hell's wrong with you people, man? So Brad got me the whole 200,000 that it was worth. That's when I learned that you can't sue for more than what the coverage is on your vehicle. I had 100,000, which I don't do anymore. I keep 2 or 3 times that on it now, just in case something like this happens again. But the drunk that hit me only had 100,000, so the most I could sue for was 200,000. But Brad got me the whole 200,000. Took a while to clean up her mess and get through all the crap and all the bullshit that was created from the first lawyer not doing her job. But I'm pretty well convinced I'd have probably died if it wasn't for Brad getting a hold of me, because I couldn't deal with the headaches anymore, man. I was just this close to throwing the towel in. I couldn't function, man. I couldn't think. I couldn't do nothing. Literally puke by lunch every frickin' day, man, and then try to sleep it off for the afternoon and then try to get up and do some kind of work the next morning and generate some cash. So, but if you're looking for a good personal injury lawyer, I guarantee you Brad is one of the best lawyers along the Front Range here in Colorado. I tell everybody he's the best lawyer this side of Mississippi. Super nice guy, compassionate, real aggressive. He just got after it, which, I can't thank him enough for. But I've ran into several other people since then that made the mistake that I made of hiring that first lady lawyer. They said the same thing I said. That the one guy said it'd been 6 months since he'd even heard from her office, and he was in the same boat I was in. He didn't have a head injury or nothing, but, he was injured in an accident, just trying to get stuff handled. And, she just wouldn't even return a call. 6 months, he said he'd been waiting for a return call, and that's just ridiculous. And this lady's in charge of your medical stuff when she takes your case. What a joke. Nothing but a joke. So, but anyhow, just passing that on. If you need a good personal injury lawyer, Brad really straightened everything out for me, and he got everything done. And like I said, I'd have probably ended up dead if it wasn't for him taking me under his wing a little bit and left me with a little bit of sanity and a little bit of, dignity at the time too. And I really appreciate it. So I made a video before this and posted it, but I let him read it real quick after I posted it, and he made the comment. And he's told me this before. She'll come after you, man. She'll bashing her like that. And I pretty much said in the last video, if you're one of the 5 people that got to see it, I don't care, bring it on, man. If I wouldn't have been hurting so bad at the time on my brain bleeding, I started to go after her license and her job in the state of Colorado, but I just wasn't functioning well enough to make anything happen. So, but anyhow, hopefully anybody who's looking for a good lawyer will find this before they find her. And Erwin Carmichael Fraley, South Denver. Brad Irwin's the main dog. Awesome dude. Rides a motorcycle himself. And they actually started a motorcycle little group of lawyers. It's not the one you see advertised on TV. We'll just say that, not mention any names again. But if you're a motorcycle injury or anything like that too, he's more than glad to help out. So super nice guy. You definitely won't regret calling him or getting hooked up with him. So just passing that on and putting in a good word for him, man. So if you need a good lawyer, Brad Irwin, along the Front Range, southern Denver there. Awesome dude. He'll make it happen for you, man. So thanks again, Brad. Everybody be safe. Watch out for motorcycles, man. That's 2 motorcycle wrecks here just recently. The one just a couple days ago. Gas is so high. People are going to start riding more and more, man. You people pay attention. Watch out for motorcyclers. There's no competition between a car, a truck, and a motorcycle. You're going to lose every time if you're on that motorcycle. And we want to go home and see our kids at the end of the day too. So everybody just be courteous and pay attention, please. Everybody be safe. Bye.